Will, from your perspective, in terms of service delivery, how do you see this being enhanced or impacted by the push towards digitalization? If we can get the perspective of Royal Commission of AlUla.
Sure. Hi everyone, and yeah, it's great to be a part of this. I think I'll go back to some of the opening comments, which was, when we think about digital and we think about government, I think it's more helpful to not create a distinction between private sector and government. I think there are many instances in both realms where you're managing highly sensitive data, and the job that you do is provide a compelling end-to-end service for your end customer. Obviously, the job of government is to keep the wheels of commerce going. It's to make sure that citizens can access vital services and key information and whatever else. So, ultimately, the move to digitalization is forced government, I think, to invest heavily and reimagine what they need to do to deliver services to keep pace with how everyone, I suppose citizens have got used to getting services from every other business in their life. So the private sector has obviously led digital transformation over the last 10 to 15 years. And I think government is doing a great job. And I think I'd echo the work in Saudi has been extraordinarily effective to build new services around COVID and identity. So I think that ultimately, the pandemic is pushing for further digitization of service delivery. And that is, always going to be, I think, a good thing for customers. I think the difficult thing for governments is, of course, any change from one model to another model, analog to digital, is never necessarily a smooth one. So things break, things don't go well. If you're a taxi app, you get forgiven. But if you're providing information on, where I go to get treatment at a hospital, I think it's much harder. So I think the pressure and the stakes are always much, much higher for government. And I think that's probably why historically they've been reluctant to make the change. But I think, with the right governance, with the right expertise, and I think with the right attitude to safely experimenting, safely exploring new ways of modernizing services, citizens will ultimately be thankful that they go through a journey. And I think ultimately they'll also be forgiving that some things do go down sometimes, and sometimes services won't necessarily always work, but ultimately it's going to be in service of providing a far better end-to-end citizen experience.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that's